Today we're playing Chimps mode, but it's gonna be a little bit more difficult of a Chimps run than usual, at least when it comes to these advanced maps, because I want to complete Erosion on Chimps mode. Now, Erosion I have beaten before on Chimps mode, I actually made a video on it, but the thing is, that was in a challenge when the map came out, and this is the actual Black Border run in which we're not allowed to make any mistakes. So first off, let's start with the sub. Let's place it like this. This is the usual start. I don't think you can start this in any other way, by the way. Okay, actually, maybe I might be wrong with that one. Maybe I can do something with the boomer. But you also get a dart, which goes right here on this little small chunk. And yeah, so as soon as these few green balloons pop, you upgrade. It's always going to be close, by the way. It's always going to be like that. It reminds me a little bit of Dark Castle Chimps mode. But you just get the long range darts, and that's it. That's how you stabilize. So I wanted to make this Chimps run a little bit special. So let me tell you guys about what the plan is for this entire run. I wanted to use Corvus, and I wanted to use Corvus on a map that's a little bit more difficult than usual. And I think that this is the perfect one because the Spirit has a global range. So wherever you place Corvus, is going to be able to attack. But at the same time, Corvus has this teleport ability. And if you guys know how this map works, basically all of these ice platforms are going to start collapsing every 18 rounds, and eventually we're going to end up with this small little space towards the back, and this short space is the only thing. Oh, by the way, I barely caught that one. I was showing the track and what it's going to look like, and I barely caught. But you need to get the twin guns, basically. And it's round 13, so we're about to have the money for Corvus, and I want to place them here because these small chunks that you guys see, they don't collapse immediately with their platform that they're on. So, for example, around 18, this next platform is going to collapse, but the dart is going to stay because it's onto this small little chunk. So that's going to work exactly the same with this one. So basically, we need to hit level 7 before round 53, which we're absolutely going to do. But the platform is going to collapse in a second, and yeah, before we move into these more difficult rounds, guys, don't forget to use code read in the Bloons store to help support the channel, or actually just any other creator's code if you're buying something in the store. It helps a lot. Okay, so the first collapse, and the next thing that I want to do is I want to get the air burst. So this sub is going to be able to attack onto this part of the trunk, but I want to get the intel because I'm going to keep rebuying the dart monkey. So as soon as we get the money for it, oh, actually, you know what? It's time for a little Corvus gameplay. You guys know what the Corvus gameplay is? Nourishment. That's what you do. We're gonna keep using this nourishment until we can't nourish anymore, basically. You guys can see how Corvus can see very little of this track, and that's kind of important, but at the same time you need him to see a little bit more because the way he gains mana is by haunting balloons. Okay, so let me use this. Let me use the harvest ability so we get some mana going, and then with the spear, yeah, we should be able to clean everything out. And then we have money for the Druid of the Jungle now, so get the hard thorns, and bang, there we go, we stabilize. Okay, so round 35 is ending. This platform is about to collapse, and I do want to buy the dart thing. There we go. So there goes the dart monkey, but as you guys can see, Corvus stays in that small chunk, but we need level 7, so we have to keep teleporting towards the back. So I do want to get the dart thing on. This is going to be a top hat best, by the way, because the top hat is amazing. It's also going to miss less when it's attacking. You know, when the map, when actually the track is this long. So let me just hit play, and we should be fine. And then eventually, as the track becomes shorter, this dart thing is going to, believe it or not, become better. Okay, so round 39, the Moab is about to come out, and I want to use the Ancestral Might. I also targeted the Dark Link a little bit towards the, I guess, the bottom part of the track a little bit, because I do want this damage to be done entirely by the Ancestral Might, because this thing is going to one-shot the ceramics. So as soon as the Moab comes out, let me use the Ancestral Might, and that is, yeah, there we go. That was the Moab. It just clapped. It like two shots the Moab, I think, and then one shot the ceramics, something like that. But there we go. And as soon as the camel balloons come out, I'm gonna vision. So there we go. They're coming out. And as soon as this round ends, it is nourishment time. Well, actually, this one has ceramics. So let me, you know what? Let me just nourish, and then we're gonna harvest. And do we need to use anything? I mean, I'm gonna hold trample in my hand, but no need to. Okay, so let's just keep nourishing. This dog thing is defending with the help of the sub. And nourish. Let's do the gameplay thingy. Let's do the thing, guys. Just keep nourishing. Okay, so round 46. These are fortified ceramics. I do have mana for a trample, but are we holding on? I think we are, barely. 47 also has ceramics, so I'm just going to keep holding the trample like this in case we need to use it. And okay, I'm actually going to use it. I don't feel safe about this round, so let's trample these ceramics. Yeah, I think that's something that we need to pay attention to. So 49 is also going to have ceramics, so I'm probably going to be trampling that one as well, honestly. But for the next few rounds, until we get to 49, nourish. The gameplay continues, guys. Okay, so it's 49, and I'm actually going to take it easy with the nourish for a second, because we're going to need 440 mana for the Moab around 50, and then we're probably going to need the trample for this one, because 47 was kind of close, and this one has a lot of ceramics as well. So let me just use the trample immediately, and then see if we need to do something else. And that is, yeah, that's all of them. And so the next wave is going to be rainbows, which we're not worried about, I don't think. I think that we can defend the rainbows, but we need to be ready with the Ancestral Might. So let's just be ready with this one with the mana for it, and then in case we need to do something else, because there's gonna be a mob incoming, so use the Ancestral Might right now. And then let's do the harvest, and there we go, that's the first mob. And this thing, how much is this thing? Let me just check. This is 3,600, and this is, I think we can round this one to 13,000. So we need 16 point, let's say 16.6 thousand. Wait, we're actually kind of close to this thing, and we have a bunch of ceramics on this one before the next mob appears. So let me, if I just trample this, if I trample plus, do we need anything else? I mean, more ceramics incoming. I think we have it actually. So let me buy this. Let's set it on target independent, and the next mob, is it gonna, yeah, it popped by itself. And there we go, we got the bats. And it's round 53, so let me move Corvus towards the back because this platform is gonna collapse as soon as this round ends. So we have to be very careful about that one. We have max mana, so I'm gonna nourish right now, keep the gameplay going as usual. And let me just harvest a little bit, and I'm just ready with the trample. I think that the trample is like a nice solution, like an emergency solution. Trample plus the soul barrier, which uses your mana, but if you don't have that much mana, then probably not. So it's round 62, and this round is about to end, and we need to get ready for 63. Now, I do have full mana. I don't want to be doing anything because I'm kind of scared about 63. So what's the plan for 63? I think I'm going to use the Ancestral Might for the first one. We have level 10. That's very important because we can restore a lot of mana with it. So for the first wave, I want to use Ancestral Might plus, I guess I'm just going to get some mana back through the level 3 ability, through the harvest. For the second one, I think I'm just going to use a bunch of stuff, like maybe Spear plus Storm plus... We have the mana, I want to use Repel and Frostbound. And then for the last one, I think we just Trample, right? Is that going to be it? Okay, let's just not talk, let's just see how it goes. So, I'm going to use the Ancestral Might for this one, and I'm going to Harvest. And, oh my god, that Harvest does a lot of damage. And now this thing needs to disappear so that we can use the other spells. So, before the second one comes out, this... Get the frost and get this thing going, and then, oh my god. I mean, it was kind of close, but we got it, and let's dismiss these guys so we can save some mana. I use the level 10 as well, and we do have the harvest plus the trample. So let me harvest, let's trample, and oh my god, the harvest does way too much damage. Like, the harvest takes care of almost anything. Let me use this, by the way. Let's get the echo going, and this should be fine because there are a lot of mobs on this one. So let's get both of these spirits going plus the storm. The storm only drains mana as if one is active, so that's very cool. And I'm gonna turn this thing off because we defeated that round, and it is back to nourishment. It is the nourish gameplay, guys. You know what it is. Okay, so a couple of BFBs incoming on this one. I'm going to use the storm plus, what are we doing? I think I'm gonna use storm plus spear, and then I'm gonna be ready with the trample in case we need it. But is the best gonna defend? It's not the best, it's the bats, but I just call it the best. But yeah, we defended. So let's do it like this. Let me nourish, and then we have the level 10 ability. So I think I'm just gonna use the level 10 to get some mana back. I'm gonna use the recovery to get the spell a lot faster because we're getting a lot of mana. And oh, 40 fights. Wait, actually, do I need the trample? Nope. There we go. I'm just kind of trying to, there we go, so the platform collapsed, and I'm just kind of trying to balance between what we need to do in terms of defending and in terms of just keeping the nourishment going, honestly. So I think I'm going to stop nourishing in like 2 rounds from now, honestly. We're going to hit level 12, which is very important. So levels 9, 11, and 12 are actually very important for Corvus. I would say, you know, these other ones as well, but look at level 9. Frostbound hit mobs, that's very important, so it now affects mobs. And now from level 11, the Frostbound gains Permafrost, which is basically like the Ice Permafrost effect. When the Ice effect ends, the balloons keep moving slower. And then this one, Repel can push mobs. This is very good. Okay, so round 75, this is a very important round. I'm not sure if the bats can defeat it by itself, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the spear as well, because there are some lead balloons coming out on this round. And the main thing is to deal with the 45 balloons. I also want to use the Repel because I kind of want to push these guys. Oh, are we doing fine? I think we are. Okay, so I used both of the spells, which I didn't want to do. But I think this is, because the Repel is too strong. And we also have the... there we go. I mean, I'm talking too much, but these guys are way too good. What is happening? That was on 75. I was actually scared for nothing, it seems like. But I think I'm going to just trample 76. We have a lot of mana going, so let's just trample this one. And then 77 has... I think I should probably turn off one of these guys just for a second. And then what else are we doing? So a lot of BFBs stacked on top of each other for this one. And I think I'm going to use the Frostbite because it affects mobs. It slows them down for a second. Or honestly, maybe I should probably cast... Yeah, I'm going to cast so I get the repel a little bit faster. Here come the BFBs, by the way. So let's dismiss this thing, get some mana back, get the Echo going as well. And do we need extra damage? I think we just need to slow and keep them in place. So let me just use the Frost as well. And as long as we're keeping them in place, the Bats is going to defeat them by itself, right? Yep, there we go. There we go. That's the Corvus. Some Corvus magic happening in the 70s. And we're getting dangerously close to this thing, guys. Okay, so let me trample this one. This is going to be 2 waves of ceramics. Usually, as round 78 goes, 2 waves of ceramics. So we're going to trample both of these waves, but we have to be careful with the next one. So let me cast recovery so that we can get the trample off cooldown a little bit faster. I mean, I'm playing a slow speed because I'm a little scared. So let's do it like this, trample, and then... Okay, round 78, back where it all happened, and the camo ones are gonna appear in a second. So what is the plan? Well, I don't want to click the vision because they don't come out instantly, so I think I'm going to do it just now, like preemptively. And then, what else do we do? I mean, I think I'm just going to go Echo into something. I mean, I'm going to use all the spells, so maybe Echo into Trample or something like that. Let's get the Echo going out right now. Let's collect some mana, and then I think I'm just going to do like a double Trample, and that's about it. Just use all of our spells, and... Oh my god, that was so close. I think the vision expired actually because none of those guys were camo. But these rounds like 79, this is the probably one of the... Oh, let's dismiss. Let's use this to get some mana back. Because for this next round, for round 80, we are going to need to have 520 mana. Because let me actually use this thing. Let me just freeze these guys. So we're going to need 520 mana. So it's very important that we have mana for the overload because this is how we're gonna pop the BFBs that are gonna come out of this guy. So it's very important we have this. We also have both of the abilities, but let's just do it like this. So as soon as this thing pops, I'm gonna overload it. The money is, and boom, there's round 80. Very good, and we still have the abilities. So we have 57,000. This thing is 62, and the second we buy it, this run is going to turn into something a lot easier than what we had so far. But we need to make it happen. So. And just wait for this thing to end, and then when are we gonna have the money? I think it's after this round. How are we doing? Like, I want to play this thing slowly, but at the same time I don't want to mess it up, so I think I'm just gonna get the repel out because this thing pushes these mob class balloons back, and but it doesn't last a very long time. Ninja Kiwi knows this, so they made it actually not last that long. Let's freeze these guys. Let me do the Echo. We're very close, so let me get some mana back and honestly just help it a little bit with damage. And I think we're about there. No, we actually have it. There we go. So we get the Bez. That's amazing. So Corvus was able to help us, especially these late 70s is where he basically helped us survive and get to the Bez. And now I think it's just going to be like the Bez show. Okay, so it's round 88 and I'm going to move Corvus now. So I'm going to have him like this. I think he still might be able to reach the track, but that's fine. So let's move him right now. Everything is going to collapse, and then after this round ends, we are going to place some other towers. I think I'm going to be done with the nourishment. We are level 15 and a half. We got some levels from the rounds ending, plus I did our nourishment. I think I'm just going to start placing... I'm just going to get an ice, and then we're going to get some boomerangs, because those guys are really nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then what's the crossbar that I'm getting? Am I getting the 2-4? Because the 2-4-0 is going to be nice versus DDTs. So let's do it like this. Let's make sure we get both of our boomerang. So it's round 91, and I have a couple of things to buy. So the first one is going to be the Relentless Glue, which is done. And then I do want to get some boomerangs going. So let's make sure the boomerangs are inside the range of the village as well. But also, I think... What's closer? I think, yeah, it's the best that's closer, right? So these boomerangs are not going to be taking that much of the buff. And then, how are we doing with Corvus? I mean, I want to kind of save some of these spells. Like, for example, maybe we can blow up around 98 when he comes down and stuff like that. But let's just make sure that we're doing fine for now. So I want to get... maybe we get something like... Are we going to have the money for all of them is my question. So I do want to get a Spike Storm, and I do want to get a Sabo. And I think that we are going to have the money for everything. So let me get the Sabo. And let me start getting ready for the Spike Storm. This is round 94, by the way, but everything's being kept in place, so that's why we can't see it. So let's see how we're going to do on 95. As soon as these DDTs start coming out, I'm going to use the Sabo just in case. And by the way, let's just not forget to upgrade all of these guys. And let's have Corvus use some spells. I mean, what's good versus DDTs? And what even pops DDTs? Maybe we can use the Ember, I guess, because it's fire. Are they coming? They're coming out, I mean, but I'm not seeing any of them. So I use the Ember. Let's get some mana back. This Bez is way too good. I can't even see round 95, guys. That was round 95. I mean, thanks for coming out. Thanks for playing, I guess. But yeah, let's not get too carried away, because 98 is gonna be a problem. Round 99 is probably gonna be a problem with those 45 DDTs. Yeah, so let's just kind of try and save some of our abilities. So that's a Spike Storm, and then what else? I mean, maybe a second Spike Storm to kind of speed things up. Do we even have a spot for the second one? I think I saw one. So let's try and get a second one going. And round 98. So here's what I want to do for this one. I'm actually going to use the Sabo, and while the Sabo is ongoing, this is just going to help the Bez basically defeat this entire round. But I do I want to get, let's just have the Bez destroy this entire round, I think. No, actually, I'm gonna explode them. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry, but that was round 98. So let's do this. Let's get some mana back. Let's do it like this. Let's recharge our mana. Are we fine versus 99? I mean, I do have a Spike Storm. I'm gonna use it, actually. Wait, what? The Spike Storm does that? I didn't know it did that. It goes in all the tracks? I mean, come on, Ninja Kiwi. Come on, that's not supposed to be happening. What are you guys doing? And then round 100. So what are we doing for round 100? I mean, I guess the hand into a Spike Storm, into more damage like this. And then can I restore some mana? Oh my god, do I even have this? I mean, we do have the freeze as soon as this guy pops. Oh my god, I'm gonna get the lives. I'm gonna freeze everything. I think I got the DDTs just before they escaped. Oh my god, this is super close. Do we even have this thing? Let me free. Well, round 99 is about to start, and if there's ever been a time for the dumb Spike Storm, the 042, now is the time. So let me buy that thing, and let's also, I think that I can fit one of these guys. Are we gonna have the money ice shards? No, we're just about there for the, I wanted to buy an Improvement Dice. So I guess, I mean, we can just do the radius, I guess, and then if we get the money during the round. And what else are we doing? I mean, the Sabo is on cooldown, so what I want to do for round 100 is I want to use both of these Spike Storm abilities. I'm not sure if this one is going to come off cooldown, but I'm just kind of thinking what I want to do for 99, actually. So how do we help with these DDTs? Maybe we just spray. Is that going to be a good strategy? What if spraying doesn't help? We can use the Overload if spraying doesn't help, but I think that we're going to be fine, actually. I think we're fine. Let me get the Embrittlement now. And yes, there we go. Okay, last round. Let's not mess this thing up. This is gonna be around 100. Let me just check the cooldown. Okay, so we're gonna have both of the Spike Storms, and I'm gonna use them immediately. And with Corvus, I'm gonna get these pushback spells. So let's go. Let me just wait for this thing to come out a little bit more. Let's use both of the Spike Storms. This should do a lot of damage. And let's do the, oh my god, is this even enough? Let's do the Echo into the pushback spells. We have the freeze. So let me get some mana back for Corvus. Let's do the freeze for a second. And there we go. Finally, we get it done. I mean, I know that the Bez did the majority of the damage, but Corvus was the MVP for sure, because he was the one with 140,000 pumps. I know that's not a lot, but he did the majority of the damage in the mid game, and he allowed us to save up for the Bez. And after that, obviously the Bez carries. I'm gonna be honest, this thing took a little bit longer than I expected, but you know what, Corvus is a very good hero, and you guys know that already. So that's gonna be it for this one. That is the erosion. Let me just check. Let's just go home and just see if we got them out. This is gonna be the we have a thing to open. Let's just open it. I'm not exactly worried about what I'm getting, because I have most of the... I have a couple of gold borders. Maybe we should save that for another video, but let's just see if we got it. Yes, there we go. So that's the erosion black border. Well, it's not the black border. We have like half cash and all those other fun game modes remaining, but we're gonna do that in another video. But that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one.